Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever the hell you're listening to this. You're listening to Nerds Talking Sports, the sports pod with dad bods. This is your host, Jack Knight, alongside your other hosts, Tommy Joe and Big Zach Daniels. Gentlemen, how are you doing tonight?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired. It's been a weekend. It's
Same.
been quite a weekend.
Yeah.
But I'll get into that later because I think that should segue into something. Zach, how was your weekend?
I mean, kind of the same. What is a word that you guys see and you can't help but say it? Like when you read it, you have to say it.
Francisco.
Really?
I'm just thinking of Elf there.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of words.
Dude, I read spanakopita today. And I started saying it funny. I was just like spanakopita. Like, I don't know. Spanakopita. I read it and I just started saying it. I don't know why. But like, I don't know. Is that just like an audible tick for me or something? Like I read a word.
It could be. I feel like we all have one and you just found yours.
Yeah.
Spanakopita. I love spanakopita. It's really good. Spanakopita is really good.
Spanakopita.
Sounds like a dish.
Yeah. No, it was a weekend, you guys. As you know, for the listeners out there, I'm sure. I mean, what? Like
we all live in Alaska now. We moved from New Jersey to Alaska.
70% of the fucking country, right? Like, didn't most of us get dumped on like with snow?
Yeah.
So I think we're all in the same boat at this point.
Basically.
I know, Jack. Anything to add about your weekend?
Nothing really. Just a lot of shoveling snow, like not only at my house but at work, and getting up to go in at work at 5 a.m. This morning, and then the next day, the overtime helps, and there's like 4-ish days left of dry January, so looking forward to February. But anyway. We want to remind you guys, we do have a website where you can leave us voicemails where we get into your questions for the end of the show. We got 3 voicemails for this episode, but we'll save those for the end, obviously. So, speaking of snow, I think a good topic to start off the show will be like your favorite. What's up, Zach? All right, you're the host in this section.
Before that, my weekend. A lot of double time this weekend. I had to go into work 9 to 7 this weekend. 9 to 7 on Sunday. They put me in a hotel right down the street from work, and then I had to go in at 2 on Monday. So that was tough. I'm tired. And then today I had to go out and drive and pick an engine and transmission from a very large machine. So, yeah, it's been a week, and it's already Tuesday. Only Tuesday. But, yes, with all this snow, and I think it was Jack that was saying that most of the country, or Zach, I think it was Zach.
Yeah, it was me.
Most of the country got dumped on. You know what else? You know what part of the country got dumped on?
I think I know.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Now, what's in Winston-Salem, North Carolina? A racetrack.
Bowman Gray Stadium.
Now, that may not mean anything to most people, but this Sunday is the Clash. Now, I showed you guys the picture of Bowman Gray from this morning, and the infield is covered in snow, and there's snow around the walls. And it looks like Highmark Stadium almost.
That honestly looks awesome, but at the same time, like it looks cool, but at the same time, you just know like guys are going to be spinning out going to that infield, and once they get back on the asphalt, it's going to lead to more liquid being tracked onto the track. But
now, that may not be that much of an issue because it is Tuesday. The race is Sunday. But there's also another snowstorm on its way, supposedly, for this weekend, which I think we're getting lucky, actually. But it looks like it could hit more further south. So
we're gonna be lucky. They are not.
Yes,
that's great.
So with all this snow talk, Snowmageddon, Zach, would you like to do the honors?
Absolutely.
Yes. You properly introduce us because clearly I'm rusty and tired. So
we all are, Jack. It's okay.
Look. The truth is, I hate snow, but I love snow football games. I don't care what people say. I know this weekend we had a sloppy one. We've actually had a couple snow games now. I think the Bears and Rams was a snow game. Denver and New England this past weekend was a snow game. New England and Houston last week was a snow game. all 3 different areas too. So, it messes with the games. But with that being said, the main topic, of course, is going to have to be the NFL playoffs because we have 2 weeks until the Super Bowl. And let's just talk about some snow games. Like, have you guys ever been to one? I mean, I've gone to Rutgers football games all my life, and I had a couple bad weather games in the past, and snow games have been a part of it. Like, have you guys been to a snow game before?
No, I haven't. I don't think I've been to any snow sports event before because, I mean, usually NASCAR is not an event that's going to happen during the winter.
True.
Usually.
Yeah.
Jack, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel it's not a football game. I feel like the coldest football game I probably went to was in January 2002 or 3.
January.
When it was the last time the Jets had a home playoff game. It was against the Colts, and the Jets beat the shit out of the Colts 41-0. That's not me trying to take a dig at the Colts, Tom. It's just what happened. But yeah, it didn't snow that game. However, 2014 Stadium Series at Yankee Stadium, Rangers versus Devils. Rangers kicked the crap out of the Devils 7-3, and it did start to snow like in the middle of the second period, and wasn't quite what we saw at Mile High Stadium, but still, that's my snow event.
Well, wait a minute, Jack. I remember another cold Jets game against the Colts with a 41 in the score, but it was the other way around.
That's right. Well, at least it wasn't the playoffs, and we didn't get shut out that time.
No,
so.
That was a cold game, though. That was probably the coldest game I've ever been to.
The only thing cold. Never mind. I'm not going to say that joke.
Tom
knows where that was going. Tom knows where it was going, but
all right, you keep your inside jokes to yourself. All I remembered was one of my favorite snow games was the Eagles Lions in 2013. It was I was at Rowan, and I actually trudged my ass through the snow to get to the student center, and because I just wanted to play some pool. Like they had a couple pool tables there, and it's where the cafeteria was. Like you could go there, eat some food, hang out, TVs. There was a stage for open mics and musicians and stuff like that. And they had the pool tables right next to the TVs. So there was just a bunch of dudes there ready to watch the Eagles game, being in South Jersey. And dude, that game was just wild. Like it was not conventional whatsoever. And I even, I was looking at the box score today and I couldn't believe it. Like it really was the LaShawn McCoy show. I mean, he was just going crazy. And then I look at the Lions. I was like, they scored 20 points. It ended 34-20. I don't remember the Lions doing that well. Like, why was it a good game? This guy, I've never heard of him. Jeremy Ross. He took back a kickoff and a punt return for a touchdown. And then nothing else from the Lions offense. That was their two touchdowns, and then I guess they got 2 field goals, which I was shocked by. I couldn't believe anyone could kick in that weather. So, yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I'm reading this correctly, right, Jack? Like, was the Colts and Bills had a snow game too, right?
Yeah, he did. That was a very low-scoring game. Listen, I love watching football in the snow just because the aesthetic looks awesome, and
right,
then
Jameis.
You get into old school football where it's just ground and pound. It's hard to throw the ball. And speaking of LaShawn McCoy, he had a good – I don't think I'd go as far to say he did as well in this game as he did when he was an Eagle.
He was on
that
the
game
Bills. That's right.
Right. He scored the overtime touchdown to win the game for the Bills that day.
That went into overtime?
He's got 2 big snow games. And going into next season, that's not going to be a thing in Buffalo at least anymore because they're going to have a stadium that's going to be covered.
Yeah. So I also brought up some historic snow games that I just wanted to review with you
the
guys.
New Era Stadium doesn't have a roof.
No, but their new stadium is going to have a roof.
No,
it's going
not.
to.
The Bills.
I could have sworn it was.
The Bills are going to have a new stadium, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's open.
Is it open?
Yes, we went over this before.
Is the Bills' new stadium a dome? Now I'm curious.
A live Google search.
Because they couldn't get a dome because of the weight of the snow would ruin it.
Oh, wow. Open air with a canopy.
Yeah.
Well, I stand corrected.
The seats shouldn't get covered as much.
Okay.
but
That's good.
The field is still gonna get. I mean, I'm sure that now it's heated and stuff like that, but I mean, because I think they didn't go with a dome for the main reason because of how much snow they do get.
Fair.
It's a
Yeah.
home field advantage.
Well,
Yeah.
that too,
It's a-
but ideally they can't support the weight of the snow because snow is very heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and they get a shit ton. They got
lake effect snow.
I mean, even this weekend with how bad Denver was, it showed New England, which is, only a little bit further north of us. And they look like they got hammered too. Like I couldn't, that game would have been a disaster, like even more so than we already saw. The Broncos just kind of, the game started out clear. And then the second half, a fucking blizzard just rolled through. But I also wanted to talk about some of the historic games because I read some of this stuff and holy shit, man. This wasn't snow. This was just the Ice Bowl. Everyone's heard of the Ice Bowl. It wasn't exactly a snow game, but it's the coldest game in history and one of the greatest games ever played. Is between the Cowboys and the Packers. And the lore around this game is just fucking legendary. Negative 34 degrees with wind chill. The field basically turned into an ice rink. Jack Buck, father of Joe Buck, who's currently calling for ESPN, him and Frank Gifford's coffee were frozen in the booth. They were joking about biting their coffee. There was a marching band that was going to play at halftime because this is the 60s.
Yeah.
And they had to pull out because of like various complications. So like the wind instruments were frozen. They just wouldn't work. They were like the band members' lips were getting like frozen to their instruments.
Well, yeah, I would imagine it's a metal mouthpiece.
Yeah, and numbers of them had to go to the hospital for hypothermia.
Damn.
So it was just crazy. And then I found out in the stands, like an elderly man died. I had no idea. I always knew it was bad. I didn't hear about this story of a man dying in the stands. That's
crazy.
It was, I mean, negative 34 degrees. It was an older man. I get it. I kind of get it. So, but yeah, the Packers won that and they went on to Super Bowl II. It was their second in a row. And then, do you want to talk about your favorite game in 2001, Jack?
In 1 second, but you reminded me of, the whole marching band thing reminded me of back to week 2, Jets Bills, the disaster that I saw. The Rutgers marching band was the halftime show.
Really?
And their whole tribute was, their whole theme was classic rock. At one point, they were playing Learn to Fly by the Foo Fighters. And the marching band members took the shape of an airplane. And I got up and screamed, "Look, they took the shape of an awful football team."
And everyone clapped. No.
And everyone looked at this guy and was like, sit the fuck down.
No, a good amount of people in the section laughed.
The other game I was talking about is the tuck rule game. I'm sure Jack loves talking about this game, where a young Raiders Charles Woodson sacked his former college teammate, a young Tom Brady, and the ball shoots out of his hands and the Raiders recover and everyone goes, yeah! And then the refs talk about it in this blizzard. So I can only imagine this had to be hell for the people in the stands. Even if it was in favor of New England and the game was in New England, I'm sure people in the stands had to be like, come on, just fucking play. And after a long discussion, they enforced the quote-unquote tuck rule. Which
Here you go, Tom.
Well, Jack, to be fair, they didn't even know him at this point. This was his first year. He came in for Bledsoe. So I don't even think it counts. I just think it's a terrible rule. I just thought it was a terrible rule that no one ever heard of. And they got rid of it, I think, like 10 years later or something, which was 10 years too late. But Adam Vinatieri still hit that field goal. That's still crazy. 45 yards in like a full-blown blizzard with like inches of snow piling on the ground like constantly. And those are two historic snow games, but my favorite is everyone's favorite player, Jameis Winston, last year. He was like a kid. Did you guys see that interview?
Yeah.
He grew up in Alabama. He went to Florida State. He got drafted to Tampa Bay, and then he was in a dome in New Orleans, which New Orleans is also warm. So like He looked like a little kid getting giddy, ready to play. Like, I've never played in snow before. And they actually somehow he willed the Browns to beat the Steelers, even though he did not play all that well. And of course, he had an interception thrown in there because I don't think you can have a game without a Jameis Winston interception. So, yeah, that was our weekend though. Was snow football. Just one of my favorites. Did you guys watch the games at all?
I had no time.
Yes.
You were probably out, right, Tom?
Yeah, I tried. So I took a little break. I tried to catch because the Rolex 24 was happening this weekend. I missed all of it because I got called in so early. Oh no, I watched some of it Saturday, but I wanted to watch the end. I took a break. Took a break way too late. I took another break to catch the Patriots game, and they were at commercial. I think it wasn't commercial. It was halftime. Like, are you kidding me? And by the time I was done. By the time I was done, the game was over. So I go to the hotel, and then I catch a little bit of the Rams Seahawks game, but I had to go to bed because I had to be up at 1 o'clock because it was like 9. I'm like, okay, I need to get some sleep, So I didn't get to catch much of it, but it was the little bit of the Seahawks game was pretty good.
Yeah, Jack, you watched the games though?
Yeah, I watched both of them, and Jarrett Stidham basically did what I expected him to do because, of course, and the annoying thing for me is like I don't even get to say that the refs tried to hand it to the Patriots because of that awful fumble that they ruled an incomplete pass, but was so clearly a fumble by Stidham that was recovered by the Patriots, but they tried to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Are we still trying to define what to catch?
At this point,
in this case, it was what's a throw.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's funny. Like Stidham didn't do that bad. All right, should we just go right into these games? Because honestly, we got to get ready for the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, yes.
We can talk about other stuff next week, but I'm in my my element with football right now.
Yes.
Okay, I got a take regarding this Broncos Patriots game, and this is something my dad talked about, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. The Broncos lost this game when they went for it on 4th and 1, being up by 7. Like keep in mind they were well within field goal range. They lost this game when they went for it on that 4th and 1 and failed. This was going to be a defensive game from the get-go. One possession deficit could feel like 2 or 3 possessions, especially with a defense as good as the Broncos. Oh, Sean Payton trying to show, you don't go for it on 4th and 1? What, do you not have faith in your quarterback? It's like, no, you're kind of showing the quarterback who you're just throwing in there after all this time. It's like, okay, you did your job. Now we're going to kick the field goal. I think at that point, that's when, the Patriots slowly began to take back over.
Yeah. No, I agree totally, honestly, because Stidham did not play that bad. It's just the one mistake he made, and then the one bad coaching mistake that was made in the first half. The Patriots didn't score a touchdown on offense. They didn't score a touchdown on offense. Oh, no, wait, they did. I'm sorry. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they did, but it was right after a fumble. It was right after a fumble. Exactly. So Sean Payton should have been like, okay, my defense is incredible. We got home field advantage. Okay, just kick the field goal.
A backup quarterback. You don't get cute with it. If it's Bo Nix, I understand. If it's Stidham, I mean, like, again, he actually wasn't looking bad in that first half when the weather wasn't awful. Like, I don't know why they did it. I was like, if they make it, that's the ballsiest move. But I still thought it was stupid. And then when it fell short, I was like,
as soon as that happened, I'm like, this is it. This is where the Patriots began to take over. And of course, after all very difficult 5 years, if you're a Patriots fan, you're going back to the Super Bowl. Wow, I'm so happy for you. But the next game was, kind of a barn burner between the Seahawks and Rams. I don't have any exact stats in front of me, but Njigba and Pakua were basically matching each other. I mean, the Seahawks almost, well, not the Seahawks, but Woolen almost gave the game to the Rams after the stupid unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but the Rams were able to hold on. And Sam Darnold is reminding the Jets that the Jets are 100% the problem. And he also broke the whole USC curse because I'll admit I was skeptical when the Jets drafted Darnold because of the whole USC factor. Well, Darnold is telling me to go F myself. And more importantly, he, as well as other former Jets player, Leonard Williams, also telling Woody Johnson, you're the problem.
Yeah. Dude, DeMarcus Lawrence did that to the Cowboys, too.
Can I ask my question here, Zach?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so Jack, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So, considering who's in the Super Bowl this year, the Patriots and Sam Darnold, would you actually no? Forget Sam Darnold. This is more about the Patriots.
It's always about the Patriots.
It almost seems inevitable that in our lifetime the Patriots will be somewhere in the playoffs near the Super Bowl. Whether they have a really good season or a season like this one, where there's a lot of what ifs and a lot of things contingent on them making the Super Bowl. Would you rather have the Patriots have a dominant season where a perfect season where there's no controversy, there's no controversy, there's no drama, just straight dominance by the Patriots, and they make their way to the Super Bowl and they could win? The outcome doesn't matter in this question. Or would you rather have a season like this one where there's a lot of like, oh, well, they only beat 2 teams that were over 500. But Bo Nix had an injury in the conference game and couldn't play in the championship game. If a lot of what ifs, what would you rather the outcome be? It has to be one. It can't be, oh, I just hope the Patriots don't make it. It has to be one. Would you rather be able to put holes in their
okay. I got this, Tom. He's asking if you would rather be able to pick apart the Patriots' entire run, or would you rather have nothing to complain about because they just straight up were dominating?
Yes. Thank you, Zach.
I'm a Jet fan, so I need that copium. Give me all the holes you could give.
So then this isn't the worst possible outcome, besides Darnold being in the Super Bowl as well.
No, I'm honestly happy for Sam. That doesn't piss
I know
me off.
you're not mad at him, but you're mad at the fact that he could have been there with the Jets. Like, you're not mad at him, not like he did the Jets wrong. It's just like what you could have had.
The thing is, it's the Jets' fault. They made Adam Gase his coach, and it's not just him. Not just him. It's not just the Jets. The Panthers, screwed him up. The 49ers screwed him up. He did great with the Vikings, but they drafted 9. And we're like, and now look what that led to them.
They drafted no.
I think I think Sam Darnold is a very Tom. I think a lot of people would be behind Daniel Jones if the Colts made it to the Super Bowl somehow.
I think so too. Imagine if that was the Super Bowl, Darnold versus Jones. The storylines behind that would have been incredible.
Oh my God.
New York QBs who were shunned by their organizations went to the Vikings, then somewhere else. Right? Because Jones went to the Vikings, right?
No. Jones went
he did.
Oh, he did go to the Vikings.
Right? So like
he was on there for like what, a month?
He wasn't there that long.
Yeah.
But like two New York quarterbacks go to Minnesota and then find their respective homes and end up playing each other in this. That would have been the most wholesome outcome, to be honest. I really don't feel like that would have been that would be like, oh, this is a good Super Bowl.
I mean, regardless of it being New York, which tickles my fancy, but it's the fact of they were struggling in these franchises that are just, I'm sorry, Jack, they just have been
I know.
Just muddied in controversy and incompetence and just everything bad. Just every decision just doesn't go their way. And, the Giants, the Saquon Barkley thing last year was enough of a kick in the nuts. If they saw Daniel Jones even go to the playoffs, I think they would have just started I'm not going to say it.
But he could have gone there. It's not.
I really could have.
They definitely – maybe even just as a wild card, but they definitely could have, because there was some struggle after the bye.
Yeah, I hated to see. I didn't like to see Jones go down, but at the same time, knowing we had the Colts pick, I'm like, okay, the Colts not making the playoffs was good for the Jets. Now it's just up to them to not screw up this pick like they usually do. But yeah, Tom, to answer your question, give me all the holes. Two things. Like, you should know this. I still refuse to say Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time because I'm sorry. I don't want to. I'm tired of like, freaking. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to be lining up to. What's a good word to use here that's like not completely vulgar?
What the fact that
no, okay, I'm not okay. No, I'm not gonna glaze over him and go like Tom Brady throws it 2 feet to a freaking guy that's wide open. The guy that's wide open breaks 10 tackles. He runs it for 50 yards. Oh my God! Look what Tom Brady did. Guys, you know what? And you know what? Tom Brady is so good. You know why the Patriots are in the Super Bowl this year? It's not Drake May. Tom Brady did that. Tom Brady brought the Patriots in the Super Bowl this year. Tom Brady's goal.
He broke his Wi-Fi.
He did. Every time you get so mad.
I will always push back on Jack. Just
I
because
can't even edit that. I can't even edit that because like the angrier you got.
Look, I think,
okay, that's the first point. 2, no one hates the Jets more than Jets fans. If a Jets sales marketer or ticket representative or whatever called my phone offering me Jets tickets, I'd probably start off the phone conversation by saying, "This isn't directed at you personally," and then give him like a 30-hour filibuster on how awful the Jets are and how they ruined my life. And on the other end of the phone, they're just going to be staring at their phone like Flaming Dragon in Tropic Thunder after, Tom Cruise's character screamed at them.
Flaming Dragon face. But yeah, I mean, I know Jack always likes to bring up, he threw it to an open receiver. It's like, what do you want him to throw it to like triple coverage?
Oh no, I don't want to do that. It's just like the Patriots schedule. I just want them to
if you threw it to triple coverage and it was a great play, that's still not on Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, it's the receiver made an amazing play while I'm picking it up. Oh my God, the guy composed an opera and made a one catch with his pinky. What an amazing! Oh my God, Brady! Did the Wi-Fi break again?
Yes, every time you like go crazy, it just winks out. So actually, I'll give you the storyline for this Super Bowl. So basically, what we have here, the biggest one of all, aside from Sam Darnold making it to the Super Bowl, I think he also played amazing. You wanted the stats on that game, Jack? 31-27. I cannot believe these stats. Matt Stafford went 22 for 35 for 374 yards and 3 touchdowns. Bonkers. Sam Darnold went 25 for 36 with 346 yards and 3 touchdowns. What? Like, the craziest. And the game was awesome. You were right.
It really was. It really was.
Nakua were really fun to watch. 9 receptions for 165 yards and a touchdown for Puka. And 10 receptions for 153 yards and a touchdown from Smith and Jigba. JSN, we'll call him. It's just easier that way. Like, that game was just awesome. So it's awesome to see Sam Darnold there. Look, no one is happy the Patriots are in it. It's just impressive to see that like they really did it again. And Drake May actually was really good all year, even if people say the schedule was weak.
He was.
He was really good. And then this playoff run, he's been bad. But also the weather's not been very kind to him. And the Chargers defense was really good. I don't know, man. Like, we're going to get – what I was going to say is we're getting –
Patriots defense is helping their quarterback.
I have a question. Is this the same GM from Brady and Belichick?
Yeah. Same ownership. Robert Kraft.
Well, I know it's the same ownership, but the same GM?
I don't think so. I think Belichick had GM authority. So, yeah.
So, I mean, not to glaze the Patriots here, but like it is pretty impressive that within 5 years, a completely new organization, is kind of looking like
It's
one
Mike
from years
Vrabel's
ago.
first year coaching. It's
Exactly.
Mike Vrabel's first year in New England.
Well, first
And
year in New
everyone-
England because he was with the Titans.
Yeah, and the
everyone
Titans
knew
were
he
like,
was good.
yeah, this awesome coach, like everyone like really covets over. Let's fire him.
Yeah, well, that's the reason their GM traded AJ Brown to the Eagles, and the second year that AJ Brown, or was it the first or second year AJ Brown was with the Eagles, he went off for like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Titans in Tennessee with the Eagles, and that guy got fired the next day. No joke, like that literally happened. So the Titans are currently a dumpster fire. I think Saleh is going to be a good coach, and if they get, I'm reading that Daboll might be their OC.
Yeah, we have a question regarding that later.
Really? Well, either way, that's very interesting.
It is very interesting, Jack.
But the biggest key storyline, I think, is the fact that this is legit another Super Bowl rematch. But this is from 11 years ago when it was the Legion of Boom versus Tom Brady trying to get back into the Super Bowl picture and successfully doing so. I actually watched a lot of highlights of this game earlier today. It really is one of the best Super Bowls recently. I mean, it was 24-14 late in the third by the Seahawks. Patriots got the lead back, 2 scores, 28-24 with 2 minutes remaining. And then, dude, Jermaine Kearse, I'm going to have you put this in post, maybe, Tom. You've got to watch this catch. It is incredible. It is incredible. It's in the notes. I forget about it every time until I think about this game.
If the Seahawks won this game, this would have been their version of David Tyree's helmet catch.
Correct.
1,000%.
Absolutely what that catch, and this, I think this one was even crazier because the Tyree catch was very impressive, holding the ball to his helmet and going all the way down. This was the most crazy hand-eye coordination in the most clutch spot humanly possible. If you watch it in the notes, it's insane, and no one talks about it because I think either a play or two later, they don't hand it off to beast mode, and they throw a cross over the middle, and Malcolm Butler, with the most clutch interception of all time, somehow seals the game. It was an insane ending. It was a good game. Yeah, it was a good game, and it was an insane ending.
I do remember that.
Yeah, you were at my my place watching this.
I
with
do
me,
remember
Tom.
that.
Trevor won money that game.
Yes. Sorry, Zach. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, yeah, it's the most incredible forgotten catch of all time. Like I love forgotten plays when you go back and watch them. Like my favorite is Larry Fitzgerald taking off for a really long touchdown against the Steelers in the Super Bowl. But that catch, I watched that video again today and was like, oh my God, I forgot when that happened. Everyone in the room was screaming. Like, what just happened?
Well,
how did he do that?
Wasn't that game also just run the damn ball?
Yep, that's the one. Yeah,
Okay.
Malcolm. That was like I said, the Malcolm Butler interception, the most clutch interception that probably should not happened if the team just, dude, you have Marshawn Lynch. You have beast mode. Just run the ball.
Yeah, and the Seahawks had a timeout. They had like 2 or 3 other opportunities. And here's the thing. If you want to pass, okay, I'm not like completely against it, but that is literally the worst approach you could have taken. That type of route and pass makes sense at probably around like the 5-yard line, not the goal line where defensive backs are right on top of you. And Malcolm Butler was probably felt this ball in his arms like, thanks, and thought, thanks, Wilson, you freaking idiot. And like, if you're going to throw it, do a fade route to the corner. Worst case scenario there, oh, you overthrew him. It's incomplete. Okay, all right. Lynch, here's the ball. We'll throw the fullback in, push.
I don't think the play was that bad. I think Butler just made a really good play. But I get, you're not wrong. Like, there's no room for error. And yeah, if you throw a fade, like likely chances it just flies out of the end zone. Maybe you miss it. Maybe the guy doesn't catch it. But the point is, like, you want to leave it.
You still have the ball,
receiver, but you'll still have the ball, and you can run it with Marshawn Lynch. Like, that's all you have to do.
Yeah, because the Seahawks had a timeout. I don't know if I said that before, but yeah, I'll still go with that was a terrible play call. Because I remember 2015, the closest the Jets made it to getting back to the playoffs since their run in 2010-11. they played a game, ironically enough, in New England. It was either 3rd and 1 or 4th. I think it was 3rd and 1. And they ran a very similar play. It popped up in the air, was almost interception. And my first thought was, did you not watch the Super Bowl? You do not run that play at the 1 yard line where the defensive back, again, is right freaking there.
It's pretty impressive you're able to bring it back to the Jets so often, but that was a really good deep pull. You guys, so before we finish this off, though, I'm going to give you a little Super Bowl stat that I found, okay? I've always known that for a long time, the first bunch of Super Bowls, a lot of them were kind of like blowouts or low-scoring affairs. Now, football was a little bit different. There was a lot more running, not as much scoring, not as much passing, a little bit different. So I can't speak to all of them, but from what I saw today, from 1967 to 1999, I looked at box scores for a lot of these. It seemed like of the first 33 Super Bowls before the millennium, 21 of them were considered blowouts by like 2+ scores or more, or defensive battles with just little to no scoring at all. And then since 2000, we have been blessed with 26 Super Bowls, and only 6 of them have been kind of blowouts or snooze fests. But here's the thing. The blowouts have been worth it for the most part, because one of them was the Seahawks winning against the Broncos. Now, sorry, Broncos fans, they just blew them out of the water. And that was actually up here.
Once that snap went by Peyton Manning's head, it's like that game is this is Seahawks game.
That was the omen.
The dam broke.
Yeah, and that was the Seahawks' first Super Bowl, so that was pretty cool. And then the other one, of course, was last year, and everyone loves last year's because it ended the Chiefs' reign. And the Chiefs did not make it to the playoffs. At least the Eagles did. They lost, though, unfortunately. So last year was fun to watch because we got to see the three-peat not even come close, just get shut down, just stonewalled. The Eagles beat the brakes off of them. Now, what I'm saying is, let's hope this is another blowout. Let's hope, even though these Patriots are a whole brand new, even though this is a whole brand new organization of Patriots, new coach, probably a GM. I don't think Robert Kraft, he's too old to be making decisions. This whole team is different. Drake May is the new quarterback. Let's have them suffer a little bit. Congrats, you got there. Now go get the shit kicked out of you, please. Please, for all of us. You did not suffer enough. Please get the shit kicked out of you. Go Seahawks. Go Sam.
Yes. Go Seahawks. I saw a post earlier on I saw a post earlier on a Colts fan page that was, we're all Seahawks fan this weekend, and next weekend, and it was a Colts logo with green and blue in it. I was like, fuck the Patriots.
Yeah. What rational person would root for the Patriots?
My coworker.
But we know we'll get. I imagine I can't think of a joke for that, but yeah, I'm sure we'll do our predictions next week. But we know what's going to happen. The Patriots will win because the whole NFL's whole thing is we hate Jack, and they're gonna get the Super Bowl. They're gonna look at the camera and they're gonna say, "Hey, you, Jack in Brick, New Jersey. Yes, we're talking to you. You don't deserve an ounce of happiness." And then they'll be like, "Come up here, Tom." And they'll be like, "We don't care that he owns the Raiders." And Tom Brady is no Tom. You know exactly who I was talking about. Tom Brady's going to go back up there, and they're going to give him a ring just because. Well, and again, he's going to look into the camera and say, "Jack does not deserve a single ounce of happiness."
Wasn't Brady suspended for a comment he made?
I've not heard this
because he he's suspended from Fox.
Nerds talking sports, spreading fake news.
No, I thought I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I've not heard this.
Tom,
I will be like Jamie and I will Google it real quick.
I'm Googling it right now.
Well,
no Fox AI overview. No, Fox did not suspend Tom Brady, but the NFL imposed significant restrictions on his access as a Fox analysis due to his minority ownership stake in the Las Vegas Raiders.
I could be like those clickbait articles. Tom Brady was suspended for the first 4 games
Why? No one knows.
of the 2016 season, but I'm not going to include that part because then that just debunks my statement. oh, you're back. Okay, we lost Jack for a second.
Oh, Jack,
It's like
you
those
gotta,
news.
I'm gonna get you an Ethernet cable, and that'll fix all your problems. It's gonna be like 100 feet, and it's gonna run up your stairs into the room, but it's gonna work.
Jack, you need to stop freaking out over the Patriots, man. You're literally going to destroy your computer.
I'll keep that in mind, and I don't even know what I was about to say after that.
You literally blacked out.
I think we should. I think we should.
Wait, now I remember. But I remember. Like Tom's idea of the article. It's like those those articles people might put out, like 1,000% increase and like this rare disease, and then you read the article. It's like, oh, it's only 10 people.
Yeah, right.
I'm talking about sports beat, sports skeeta, whatever the fuck they were.
Sports Indians that I know
making
exactly who you're talking about.
Fuck those guys.
They suck. Nerds talking sports better than sports skeeta.
So
yes.
At least we're original.
Is that it? Is that it for your Super Bowl?
Guys, I think we're
we'll get more into it next week when we get into maybe some injury reports and whatnot. We could go into some predictions, but that's for next week.
Zach, that was all of your segment?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna say, I think we have voicemails this week, right, guys?
We do have voicemails. So I don't know how to get them into post. But, I mean, I don't know how to get them into live, but I can put them in post.
Okay.
So what I can do is I can kind of play it here, and then hopefully I can make it louder in post, and then you guys can hear it.
Please do that. Let's try this and see what goes on.
So this is my first time. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll get better by next week.
That's what they all say.
I got to go into the website. Give me 1 sec.
Reminder that we will always be posting on our Instagram story questions on the day that we're recording, which is usually Tuesdays.
Usually Tuesdays.
Yeah, we posted it a little late today. Like at the time of the day of recording.
We didn't. It just didn't go out for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. That was weird. Social media is stupid.
Not that.
Yeah, it is.
Just kidding. We love you, Zuckerberg.
Please don't shadow ban us.
Voicemails. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna play the first one. Oh, there we go. Oh, so I'm gonna play the first one on the microphone, and here we go.
Hey, so I got a question for Jackknife. When are you gonna start hating the Jets forever, and just start to like a good team like the Green Bay Packers? Thanks.
That was our friend Tim Horton.
Not only a friend, that is our resident gamer nerd.
Yes.
To answer his question, 1, I already hate the Jets the way he described. No one hates the Jets more than Jet fans. 2, I can't. I'm in too deep. 31 years of my life, and like still, it's memories with my dad going to football games with him, growing up watching Wayne Corbett, Curtis Martin. Like, my loyalty is to the name on the front of the jersey, not necessarily the names on the back. And no, I'm in too deep at this point. And dude, sorry. I feel like if I were to like another team, Zach, do not freak out. If I were to like another team, it probably would be the Giants in the sense that 1, like there isn't a rivalry between the Jets and Giants. 2, my wife's a Giants fan. 3, let's say I see Zach rolling his eyes.
You fucking New York people disgust me.
Yeah.
3, let's say it was a rematch of the first time the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Eagles Patriots. You really gonna tell me to root for the Patriots there? No.
I know a lot of Giants
Seriously,
fans that rooted
no.
for the Patriots. I know a lot of Giants fans that rooted for the Patriots. I know a lot of them. They were the
I
only
know.
fan base that seemed to not be on that bandwagon, at least for a week. People hate the Eagles, and that
Not
was
even
the
the
one
Cowboys?
time I was like, I talked to plenty of people. There were Cowboys fans that also were talking shit, but I met so many Giants fans in the area because it felt like everyone turned into Eagles fans all of a sudden. That was the one fan base I felt like there were the most people that were like, "Oh yeah, Tom Brady's gonna win." Everyone. It was a great week where I could say, you can hate the Eagles all you want, but you hate the Patriots more, and I know.
Well, the Patriots aren't a threat to them.
And the same thing last year with the Chiefs, which was really fun because it was going to be the Chiefs 3-peat, and people were like, "Oh, the Eagles and the Chiefs again," and they thought it was just going to be a 3-peat. But guess what? You wanted the Eagles to win, and you fucking know it. And guess what? They beat the shit out of them. I hope you had fun.
All right, do we want to any other comments?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Let's go to the next voicemail then.
Next voicemail. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm a Jet fan till the day I die, and I accepted. I'm gonna.
Okay,
go
Jack.
back out
We
the
know.
Lakers.
We got it. We could. You hate the Patriots. We got
All
it.
right, you ready?
Hey, so I got a question for Jack.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
Hey, listen. We already know. I
Good team like the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, let's play both of them. Oh, no.
Damn it.
Hey, so I got a question.
No.
just think about it. 20 years.
All right,
Jack,
all right,
just,
all right.
just
20
wait,
years
wait.
from now.
Quiet
Tom
on
figure it
set.
the fuck out.
Quiet on set. Quiet on set.
That's a good documentary.
Yeah, what?
Hey guys, Man Darley here. Want to know your opinion. Do you think the NBA should get rid of the NBA Cup or keep it?
A rare basketball question on the show, and my favorite team, the Knicks, won the NBA Cup this year, but thankfully they didn't do something stupid like put up a banner or like have a banner ceremony like the Lakers did when they won it.
Did they really?
I think
Yes. I don't even follow basketball, and I saw that.
at most, if you're gonna put up something for the NBA Cup, you just put up a banner that says NBA Cup and just put, and it's your cup. It's your banner anytime you win it. Just you put the year on there. Like in a high school gym when you see like how many
That's fair.
conference titles. But one thing I do like, people might disagree with me on this. The courts for NBA Cup games, I think are kind of cool. It's like the bright colors, and I'm like, this is different. I kind of like this actually. But as far as the NBA Cup itself, I feel like it's very gimmicky. Like I don't think the NBA necessarily needs it. Like me being a hockey fan, I know people are saying like, oh, the NHL should do this just because people want to say like the NHL copies the NBA. I'm like, no. If you're gonna do a midseason tournament with the NHL, make it international, like the Four Nations face-off, the Olympics, etc. Personally, I think we'll see how much longer the hype is around the NBA Cup, but I don't think it really should be a thing. My personal opinion.
I actually disagree with that final point. I do agree with the courts. I think they're awesome. I do think the NBA has just been losing viewership lately, and there's various reasons to it. A lot of it is this whole load management issue that they're having, where a lot of superstars take days off, and a lot of people pay good money to go see their favorite players play, and there's just nights where they're just not out there. But the NBA Cup looked like it gave guys a spark mid-season, which is really cool to see. And I agree. I do like the idea, Jack, actually, with how foreign. I don't know, that's not the way it should have sounded. With how many foreign
players, it's not bad.
No, well, yeah, no, but with how foreign they are, with all the foreign-born players, they absolutely could do like a World versus America, or even other countries if there's like
a four nation face off.
Yeah,
and everyone, people who are in hockey fans loved the Four Nations face off.
I did. That's the best all-star format, because I feel like most all-star formats are so drawn out. Especially
the only good all-star format is baseball. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Good. But to bounce off Zach's comment here, as a non-NBA fan, I remember seeing on TikTok one night that the Knicks were NBA Cup champions, and I'm like, did they change the name of the finals? I saw zero promotion for the in-season tournament. That they changed the name because it was just called the in-season tournament, right? Was it called the NBA Cup last year?
No, it was called the NBA Cup. I think
There was zero promotion outside of like typical NBA media about this that I had no idea it was even going on.
Yeah, basically what they do, they mix in these regular season games and they market them as like NBA Cup games, and like each team is in a division. And if I'm not mistaken, Zach, don't the top 4 go to Vegas, and then at that point it's like a bracket?
Yeah, I forget the rules right now. I wasn't prepared for this question, but it is a little bit out of the ordinary, and the finalists do go, I think, to Vegas, and they have their own little 14 bracket basically. So it's definitely interesting. It's just, yeah, no, I agree. I didn't really see much about it, and then I just saw the Knicks won it. I was like, I guess, maybe we just are really out of the NBA loop, which is why we don't really want to advertise ourselves as being big NBA fans, but we respect the sport. I mean, like, I've been watching the Sixers.
NBA players basketball players are incredible athletes.
Well, like, the Sixers were bad last year, so I'm just kind of like, they've been a mess, but this year, this kid VJ Edgecombe has been looking really good. Tyrese Maxey is now an all-star, like, top player, like premier player all of a sudden. Joel Embiid is kind of taking a backseat because his body's breaking down. So I still pay attention. It's just I don't pay as closely. Maybe the playoffs when they come around. The playoff basketball is solid, and we always like Madness for college. So
all right, we got one more voicemail.
All right,
and then we got 2 questions from the story.
Really? Okay.
So I'm gonna go play I'm playing the final one now. Right here.
Hey guys, Man Darley here. I have a very good topic for you guys to discuss. We're seeing a lot of changes for the good and the bad that can impact our favorite sports here. I want to know personally what your future predictions are in the sports world. Like, I want to know what you think is going to happen to baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, college, women's sports.
So I think.
Okay.
By the way, shout out to Tom. Shout out to Mandarley, 2 voicemails, and he did post a article this week on our website. Any Rangers Devils fan should read that. Going back to, if I remember correctly, the 2009 season where we were robbed of a potential Hudson River rivalry matchup in the playoffs due to both teams' own incompetence. But who do you guys want to start, or do you want me to start answering this question?
So I think we should make this one rather quick, even though it is a long question. I think with baseball, the Dodgers are going to continue to dominate because they just continue to spend money like it's not a problem. Football, I have no idea. Literally no idea. Football, I feel like this season proved that literally anything could happen. NBA, don't really follow. I know he didn't say it, but I feel like there's only a 30-second window for the voicemail, and he was going over that. I'm just going to insert NASCAR. I think the future is bright. A lot of new changes, a lot of new things. I'm very excited about that. As far as women's sports, I can't really comment. I don't follow. I don't know. Hockey, I don't really follow. I'm sure Jack can pick that up. But how about you guys?
I'll do mine real quick as well. Football, yeah, I agree with Tom. Pretty unpredictable, but I guess like we said earlier, the Patriots will always be in the playoffs.
Yes.
But no, in general, like it this year was very wide open. The Chiefs, I think, are off their pedestal. I never said the Eagles were going to be a dynasty, but like people were really predicting that because they beat the crap out of the Chiefs. Not happening. So it looks like the window is open for everyone going forward. Basketball, man, I saw the Thunder last year win, and the Pacers get there. Tyrese Halliburton, hopefully he's coming back from that horrible injury he got in Game 7. The Thunder seems like a really good young team. I think they're going to be the team of the future. I also cannot speak on women's sports. Sorry. NASCAR, I'm looking forward to the Daytona 500. that's my prediction for the future. I don't know, Jack. You got anything real quick?
Yeah, real quick point I did want to say when we were talking NBA Cup, like how we are not big basketball guys. Again, another shout out to Dylan Burns. I'd love to know his opinion on that whole thing, but with the NBA Cup. But as far as prediction goes, I got 2 predictions as far as hockey goes. I think they're gonna like kind of fade away from the All-Star game format, like still have them, but probably lean more into the international tournaments. Like the Four Nations face-off was so huge and had such big audiences. I think they realize that that's, a bigger draw. I think they will and should expand to have more nations in there, not just the 4: United States, Canada, Finland, and Sweden, but try to get some other European countries in there. Yes, that includes Russia. I also think they'll do something stupid like expand to have like a 33rd and 34th team, and like at that point you're just diluting competition. But I probably like Atlanta, Houston, but I hope that doesn't happen. 32 is the perfect amount for any sports league. Just cap it at that.
I agree.
Yep.
All right. Are these? If we have these other questions, should we try to hammer them out real quick?
Yes. So,
Yes.
the first question is from Big Sexy Justin Bickoff, longtime friend, longtime listener. His question is: recently, Robert Saleh got hired as the Tennessee Titans head coach. Do you think he'll have more success this time around than he did as head coach of the New York Jets?
Well, and they have Brian Dable as their offensive coordinator now. We did touch on that briefly, but I did want to bring it.
I don't think that's confirmed, Jack. I think he might be taking the Vegas job.
Yeah, I think it's still up in the air.
It's hinging on that. But yes, I think Robert Saleh is going to be better in Tennessee. It's has nothing to do with Tennessee because I think they're a disaster. But until the Jets kind of break this fucking streak of just like Woody Johnson's incompetence, I don't know, but hopefully he does well. He looked like he was doing all right with the Jets.
I think
one thing
he has an absolute cannon with Cam Ward. If they can get targets in the playoffs, if they get targets in the draft or in trades, then maybe. But I don't think so. If not much about the team changes, I don't think so.
Fair.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Tom, but there is one thing I have to add that, that might be an advantage for Saleh. I imagine the media pressure is going to be like nothing compared to what it was in New York.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a fact. So, all right, what's the last question?
Last question. So, last question comes from Emily from Trackview Racing. We love Emily over here over at NTS. Her question is, yes. Her question is: would you rather the Patriots win the Super Bowl or Corey LaJoie win the Daytona 500 after he wrecks half the field? Inevitably.
Corey LaJoie.
Does
he flip while winning?
That's not in the question. It's just he wrecks the field and he wins, or the Patriots. Because I saw the question because I have to read them. But okay. I know I told her that my answer and Jack answers is probably going to be the same. That we're going to go with Corey LaJoie here. But I didn't know.
Yeah. No. Are you kidding me? The Patriots win another Super Bowl. I can do without that for another 25 years at least.
Corey LaJoie did nothing to me. Okay.
he said that like the Patriots are an abuser.
They are. They're evil. There is no sports town I hate more than Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly.
Oops, sorry. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So that was it for questions. That was it for voicemails. If you'd like to leave a voicemail, make sure you head to nts-podcast.com, and down in the bottom right corner, you'll see a microphone. Click on that, and you can leave a voicemail, and you will have your voice heard on the podcast. And alternatively, follow us on N_T_S_podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And you will submit our stories, and you can reply to them, and you'll hear your questions answered on the podcast.
We might have to change those handles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's
because
my fault.
because once you said the website NTS underscore, like, wait, why not? Now I'm just like, wait, we should just do that for the Instagram and Twitter handles if it's not too late. If no one,
we'll figure it out and we'll change
figure
it
it
if
out.
we have to change it.
Anyway, I think it's about time we lasso this podcast here and
All
wrap
right.
it up.
All right, I'm basically going to be repeating what you said, Tom. But all right, if you made it this far, thank you very much for listening. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at Nerds Talking Sports, on Twitter and Instagram at N_T_S_podcast, and to subscribe to us on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. This is Jackknife alongside the Zach Daniels and Tommy Joe. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Go Seahawks.
Go Seahawks.